Hello class, and welcome to the first lesson of Module 4. We are going to be starting a brand new module, and all of these will have to do with numerical expressions. And today we are starting with Lesson 1, addition, the relationship between addition and subtraction. Go ahead and split this into thirds today. So this is the first third. You can pause it right there and copy that down. I'll split it into the next set here, the second third. You can pause that now and copy it down. And then finally, have a little vocabulary section here at the bottom. Make sure you get that little chunk in there. All right. So that is the notes. Hopefully you were able to copy those. Let's start at the top. So like I said, Lesson 1 is about the relationship between addition and subtraction. And I know that you've probably seen this, something similar to this a long time ago when you first learned that addition and subtraction are kind of like opposites. Addition you give, subtraction you take away. So let's take a look at our question today, and we'll see if we can answer it by the end. It says, what happens when you add and subtract the same number from an original value? The answer here, you are left with the original value. Remember, addition and subtraction are inverse operations, which means that they cancel each other out. So we're going to be talking about this word, or we're going to be hearing this word quite a bit, this inverse operations right here. The first two lessons are all about inverse operations, and you will hear that for on and on and on, especially when you start to take algebra. But what we mean to see here, I'll just kind of scoot it off to the side, is what happens when you have an original number. Let's say our original number here is 5. Let's say we have an original number, but then we add and subtract the same number. So let's just pick any random number. So let's maybe say 3. So if we add 3 and we subtract 3, what do we end up with? That's what we're trying to figure out here. Okay. Now, you probably know this right off the bat, but we're going to walk through it here a little bit. So 5 plus 3 is 8. Let me bring down our 3. What is it? 8 minus 3 is 5. So we are now back to our original number, okay? Because what we've done is we have added and subtracted, which are inverse operations. Okay, so when we had that, we start with the 5, the plus 3 and the minus 3, these two are inverse operations, which means they just cancel each other out. Anyway, so make sure that you remember that piece, and we'll practice it a lot more in class. Whoops. But here is another example that we'll look at in our notes, so you have for your records. For example, says, evaluate the numerical expression, 10 plus 3 minus 3. What does that equal? Okay, now we could step this out piece by piece. 10 plus 3 equals 13, and 13 minus 3 equals 10. So we know that our answer is 10, but 10 was the original number up here before we started adding and subtracting the 3. So we have an explanation to the right. Adding and subtracting 3 cancel each other out, leaving the original value of 10. Okay. And lastly, you're seeing a term here, numerical expression, which we'll be using a lot in this module and from here on out this year. So I thought it would be a good idea if we were to define numerical expression down here at the bottom of our notes. And a numerical expression is any combination of sums, differences, products, and quotients that evaluates to a number. Okay, now sums, you know, is addition, differences is subtraction, products is multiplication, and quotients is division. So, a numerical expression is literally any math problem that can be solved into a number. So let's say here's a sum, 5, well, I'll do it in black. Say 5 plus 3, there's your sum, minus 2 times, let's say 6 divided by 2. This is a numerical expression. It could have any combination of these signs: addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. Okay. Anyway, that's a start, and we will finish this discussion in class and practice it a bunch so we feel really confident. But hopefully now we can at least answer this question: what happens when you add and subtract the same number from an original value? You're left with the original value. Thank you very much. Goodbye.